Welcome back to Making Food Monday. This week we're going to be making a ground beef casserole that's cheesy and delicious. We're going to call it a low-carb tater tot casserole. For today's recipe, we will need shredded cheese. I've got Colby Jack. That's just what we like. You can use what you like. I need butter, cream cheese, taco seasoning, ground beef, of course, and the secret recipe today is going to involve riced cauliflower instead of tater tots. Now, if you're not on a low-carb diet, you could certainly use tater tots instead of riced cauliflower. And that is all we're gonna need for today's recipe, guys. Today's recipe is gonna be super quick and easy to put together. It's gonna cook in no time. And the first step to get it started is just to thaw our ground beef. Once I get my ground beef thawed in the microwave, I'm just gonna go ahead and toss that right into the bottom of my pot. And I'm gonna drop down to my sear roast function and get that turned on. Once we get our ground beef completely cooked, we're gonna add 4 tablespoons of taco seasoning. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. We're gonna go ahead and mix that. And then we can cancel that sear roast function. Now we're gonna add 1/4 cup of water. And go ahead and mix that again. Up next, we're gonna add our riced cauliflower. We're gonna go ahead and drop that right in. And we'll mix the cauliflower into the meat. Now, if you're not looking to make a low-carb recipe and you just wanna use tater tots, that would be fine, except that you're probably gonna wanna add a little bit more water, and your casserole might turn out a little bit different than this one because the cauliflower is actually all broken up into little pieces, but the tater tots obviously are gonna be in tater tot shapes. Now I'm gonna add about 4 tablespoons of butter. And we're just gonna place that butter in there in a couple of different spots so that it can melt in. And that should be it, guys. Now we're ready to seal up our pot. And we're gonna drop down here to our chicken function because that's our high pressure. We're gonna set this time cook down to just 2 minutes. Perfect. Now, the 1/4 cup of water that we put in the beef before we added the cauliflower should be enough to get this pot to pressurize. However, I am gonna keep an eye on it because I'm not positive that that cauliflower isn't gonna soak up the water. I think there's gonna be enough water in the cauliflower that we're gonna have an excess of water when we're finished, and we're gonna need to thicken that with our cream cheese, which is the plan. But I think right now we just need to watch and make sure that our pot seals and pressurizes like it should. Yep. It's gonna seal up just fine. There's plenty of moisture just from the cauliflower and the 1/4 cup of water that we put in the beef. There it goes. Got it. Okay guys, my timer has expired and it's time to let my, oh, our pin already dropped because we went for a walk. So we're just gonna open it up. Yum. Okay, now comes the fun part. First thing we're gonna do is soften 8 ounces of cream cheese in the microwave. And once we get it nice and soft in the microwave so that we know it's gonna mix in easily, then we're gonna add it to the pot. We're gonna mix it in. And now we're gonna add a cup of our shredded cheese to the top. And I'm just gonna sprinkle it all over the top as evenly as I can. Just like that. Maybe spread it out a little bit if you don't get it perfect. And then I'm gonna put my lid back on the top and let that cheese melt. And once all of our cheese has completely melted, we are ready to serve. And there we have it, guys, low-carb tater tot casserole. I can't say that this one is all that attractive, but it should taste really nice. Okay, Jackson, I've got it made and it's plated. Now we need our
guinea pigs.
Do it!
Guinea pigs! I'm a boy. I already go first.
And a daddy pig. Who thinks it smells good?
Can I go first?
Here's a new question. Who thinks it looks good?
Me.
Really? Nice. I served Malia's and Jackson's with a little bit of refried beans and sour cream. I think maybe Malia should go first though. Because Malia never gets to go first.
You are the best.
And because she thinks I'm the best mother in the world.
You're the best mother in the world to me too.
Aw, thanks.
So I get go second.
Yep.
Yay. And sour cream. And cheese.
I see you over there sneaking.
It's just a cheese. It's really good.
Yeah?
It's good.
You like it?
I really like it.
So how many thumbs are you gonna give that? Yeah. Thanks, man.
Maybe I've gone over my picky eating.
Maybe. That'd be nice. All right, Jax, you're up. Quit cheating or I won't let you eat.
Maybe because I wanted some beans in it.
Do you like it? It's not very pretty. Does it make up for it in taste? Yeah? You like it? Awesome. How many thumbs are you going to give that?
It's going to have a first gold star.
Gold star?
Wow.
Whoa.
It's going to be on the first row. Oh, this one has a lot of cheese.
That's a huge bite.
Yep. He really likes it. All right. Jordan, you're up.
Hey. This looks pretty good. I do not have sour cream.
Because Jordan's not a fan of sour cream.
That tastes pretty good.
You like?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So how many thumbs are you going to give that?
It's really good. Ooh, the aftertaste is good too.
Nice. Thanks, man. That just leaves one person.
Me.
The dad.
So look-wise,
So I served Dad's in a bowl to see if I could make it look prettier, and I don't think it helped very much.
look-wise,
Leaves a little to be desired.
creamy, very creamy. It's good. It's like Tator Tot Casserole, but
Low carb.
yeah, without the tater tots.
It's almost like it's low carb tater tot casserole.
Right.
But no taters. I can't believe
It's like the tater tots got broken up in little pieces and has a cheesy, creamy sauce around it. It's actually good, and I put a little bit of avocado salsa in it. Oh, that's good.
You could really say.
And like Dano said, even the aftertaste is like, oh, that's good. It tastes very Southwest, I guess.
So how many thumbs are you gonna give that?
Oh, a ton. I think I gave him I think it's really good for a quick dinner. If you want like potato salad casserole, low carb, that's the way to do it.
Okay guys, my final thoughts. I think if this one had something crunchy in it, like the edges of the tater tot, it would be perfect. The way it is, it doesn't look too appealing, but it really is super tasty. It just doesn't have a lot of texture. So if you're a textural person and you don't like it to be super lumpy, I would recommend putting something chunky in it. Maybe something, if you're not on a low carb diet, maybe you could add some tortilla chips or something to make it a little bit crispier on the inside, because it really is kind of lacking in texture, but the flavor is really good. And I didn't mind it so much that the texture wasn't there. Sure, a couple of crunchy chips or something inside would have made it better, but I think this one's definitely doable and it's super easy. I give this one a thumbs up because it really is super tasty. Who thought the low carb tater tot casserole was yummy? Who didn't expect it to be yummy? Who was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't gross?
Well, hold on. I gotta rephrase that. It didn't look yummy, but it smelled really good, and I thought it would taste good because it smelled good. But I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it would be that good.
Nice. So I was also pleasantly surprised because after everything got mixed together, it does look a little mushy. But it isn't really. It doesn't have much texture, so texturally it could use maybe something if somebody had an idea of how to add something. The low carb, keeping it low carb would be the issue with adding chips. So if you added some chips for some crunch, that would be an amazing idea, but you'd have to be careful how many chips you added and how many carbs are in the chips so that you didn't go over your carb count for the day if you're doing keto or if you're just on a low carb diet or whatever. This is a very low carb recipe though, so you could add a little bit of crunch to it and still not go over your carb count. You just have to be careful with your own dietary needs what you add to it.
I did not know it was with cauliflower, and I hate cauliflower, but it was actually pretty good.
Okay, so that's one of the things I was gonna ask. Normally, who likes cauliflower? Just Jordan. Malia and Jackson don't really care for cauliflower too much, which is why this is important. Did you like today's dish? Did you like the low carb tater tot casserole?
I actually did.
Because the tater tot, the cauliflower in the tater tot casserole, it's actually not tater tots at all. The cauliflower in this particular casserole actually take on the flavor of the taco meat. I probably will next time cook it less because it is just a little bit too mushy. But I do think it worked well to use cauliflower instead of potatoes because you really can't tell the difference when you eat it. But for now, I gotta put my Smartypants to bed. So,
if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Support this channel strong. Share it with your friends. And now, good night, YouTube. See you, tomato. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now.